Hello, the pessimistic, optimistic, and everyone in between. My name is Connor Philippi, and welcome back to the Minnesotan Sports Podcast. And just a quick recap of the AFC and NFC Championship games. I know I haven't been posting as much as I usually do. Just been getting kind of crazy, and my whole job is making content, so I haven't been really keeping up on this stuff as much. But just wanted to kind of rant really quickly about the two championship games. Because we've been seeing memes as soon as the postseason started, where it was like the on one side it would be the Super Bowl everyone wants, and it would be like Lions or Commanders versus Bills or something like that, and then on the right it always says like the Super Bowl we're somehow gonna get, and it's Chiefs and Eagles, and that's somehow exactly what happened. And so now, as a Vikings fan, having to watch really Chiefs Packers is the only Super Bowl in the entire NFL. Like, that matchup's the only matchup worse than what I'm now going to have to watch for the Super Bowl. Eagles and Chiefs. The Chiefs, a team that I really didn't really start to dislike until the refs gave them all the calls and everyone started going crazy, and Chris Collinsworth and Tony Romo started to just absolutely fawn over them every second of the games. So, once the Mahomes stuff is over, I'm not going to hate the Chiefs quite as much. I already kind of stopped caring about the Patriots after Tom Brady left. But obviously hate the Chiefs just like everyone in the league does. And, of course, being a Vikings fan, and, I mean, really all NFL fans should hate the Eagles with how just horrible their fans are to everyone that comes into their stadium. But not to mention, I think a lot of people hate... I'm blanking on his name, the Eagles head coach that everyone hates, Sirianni. But yeah, probably besides the Packers, probably nightmare scenario for having to watch the Super Bowl now. Now it's just, I don't care who wins in the worst way. Because I either have to watch the Eagles fans get to watch a Super Bowl, which already happened one more time than it ever should in the history of the NFL, or I have to watch the Chiefs three-peat and win their, fourth Super Bowl now. I'll do it in order. I'll start with the Commanders, Eagles. That was just simply a game where it was kind of something we saw coming. The Commanders were not ready to play that game. They kind of had that, I can't believe we're even here mentality. Not saying the players didn't try or anything. It's just psychologically, I knew it would catch up to them at some point. It's just difficult. You've got a rookie quarterback. Obviously, the rest of the team's kind of a less young team. You've got some veterans on that team. Terry McLaurin did his absolute best to keep his team in the game. But at the end of it, this Commanders team, they put up in a very impressive run for their first year as the team that they're going to be for the next few years. They won 4 games last year, and then they turned it around. And Jane Daniels instantly turned this franchise around, which is another thing that's kind of depressing to watch as a Vikings fan. Just a team going from 4-12 in mediocrity. They get one good pick in the draft, and all of a sudden they're set for the next probably 15-20 years. Because why can't the Vikings get that just once? And hopefully we get it with McCarthy. We'll have to see. But anyway, back to the actual game. It was just kind of a situation where, Jaden Daniels had to be perfect in this game, and he just wasn't equipped to do that as a rookie. You cannot expect Jaden Daniels to play any better than he did, given the fact that he is young, inexperienced, in the most hostile environment, literally, not even in a football hostile way, how Eagles fans are. To put him in that environment with that high of stakes as a rookie, it wasn't going to happen. I don't think I've been more sure of a team winning or losing in the NFC Championship game than that. But just tough to see him get blown out like that, and hopefully that does nothing to Daniels' confidence. But he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a guy that already has almost a mindset like a veteran. Just didn't quite have the experience today to get that win. And the Eagles on both sides of the football are so scary. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but I'm leaning, as of this exact moment, I'm leaning towards them to win the Super Bowl, but I'll do my official predictions with all the breakdowns and everything next week, most likely. But now going to the Bills and Chiefs game, a game that was just so demoralizing to watch. First of all, let's get this out of the way. I've never been a proponent of the whole, the refs are rigging the NFL and that the Chiefs, obviously the Chiefs get a few more calls, but I never thought it was that egregious until this game. Like that's ridiculous. I still don't believe the NFL is rigged in terms of it's scripted, but the refs wanted the Chiefs to win that game, and I usually don't like to say that stuff, but I mean, come on. I don't care what angle you show me, that was over the line. And it's like, this is something I've been saying for the last 5 years, and it's not just because the Chiefs won this game this way. It's not because of any other Vikings-related reason. I just have been a big proponent of this. The clear and indisputable evidence rule is just absolutely preposterous. It's the stupidest thing, one of the stupidest things in sports, besides the fact that so many other things can't be reviewed. Like face masks not being reviewed is stupid. A lot of things resulting in those long penalties that can't be reviewed are the dumbest thing. But that clear and indisputable rule is the dumbest thing. Why would you base the call that you're making after watching 10 different angles and 5 different replays of those 10 angles? Why would you base your decision of looking at all that off of the one time you saw it in real time at the beginning of the play? It makes no sense. You call a play just kind of off of, what you see in a bang moment. And then you review the play. Why would it make any sense for you to say we need clear and indisputable evidence from the first call we made when the first call is with, technically speaking, 20 less eyes on it and with less angles, you saw the way that refs are human and make mistakes in that stretch. The refs ran forward. One of them ran straight across where it should have been. The other one ran almost a full yard behind, and they just looked at each other, split the difference. Where the ref that probably had the best view of it made the right call, and the other one overruled him. That's the part that was really sketchy to me. And then they look at the play and say, "Oh well, you can't make clear and indisputable evidence." That's, if there's anything I would want to get rid of in the NFL, it's get rid of that rule. If you see a play and it's one way or the other, call a review, and when you're reviewing a play, act like it's the first time you saw that play. Say to yourself, if I hadn't seen this play before, I'm now seeing it with all these different angles, make a split decision off of that. The fact that you have to find all this evidence to overturn a call that you made in 2 seconds of human time is just ridiculous. So that was the part that made me feel like the game was tilting towards KC. On top of that, just Tony Romo as a commentator, it makes me want to turn the TV off. It's just he's out here talking about Travis Kelce 2 plays after he makes a 5-yard catch, and then talks about how he's the star of the team because he draws so many people when he didn't even make the catch. He talked about him for legitimately 3 full minutes after he made a basic play. Then he talks about how Mahomes is the greatest quarterback to ever exist for the entire game, even when the Bills are on offense. It's just it's so frustrating and stupid to have to listen to that all game long. And it's something that I would hate no matter who's the quarterback. I don't want, even if I'm a Vikings fan, I don't want to hear about Sam Darnold or Aaron Jones when the other team has the ball. I want to hear about what's going on in the play, in the game. For as much as people talk about Romo knowing what he's doing and talking about and all the stuff he says analytically and stuff, just stay on the game. Because I get a headache from listening to all the stuff he spills out. He takes a breath and says as many words as he can between every play. It's just the most annoying thing. So it's just so frustrating because that call completely changed the game. And now we have to sit here and wonder what would have happened in this second alternate timeline of things. Because the Bills were driving. They had it on the Chiefs' 40-yard line. They were already in field goal range. If they drive down and score a touchdown there, they were up by 1. They can go for 2 and be up by 2 possessions. That completely changes the game, and it probably would have resulted in them winning the game. Even if they don't get a 2-point conversion, you're now flipping the script. So now the Chiefs get a touchdown, you go back and score, and now you're forcing the Chiefs to play from behind, which, still could have resulted in the Chiefs winning, but it's just like, it's frustrating that because the Chiefs decided that this is how the game is going to be dictated, we now have to sit here and wonder what would have been. You sit there for 3.5 hours watching a game and you feel like you didn't see the ending you deserve to see. And that's what's annoying about it. And it's why I'm so conflicted, because it's like, the Chiefs don't deserve to win the Super Bowl. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased against them. I'm not just saying that because the whole league likes to hate against them. They straight up did not earn this Super Bowl. So I don't want to see them win it. But at the same time, I don't want Eagles fans to have that satisfaction of winning a Super Bowl, because they don't deserve it either, the way they act. So it's just like a lose-lose situation now to have to watch these two teams in the Super Bowl. I'm going to completely turn off my ESPN and social media. I don't want to hear any news about this game until I watch it. And then I'm going to watch it and be done until next season, and hopefully turn the tide to another Viking season that hopefully is less disappointing than it's been, but we'll have to see. But let me know in the comments what you think. I'm sure I'll have Chiefs fans in the comments saying he wasn't over the line. He was, and there's nothing you can say to change my mind. The refs decided he was not over the line, and then used the stupid indisputable evidence thing to work in their favor. So Chiefs, Eagles, Super Bowl, worst possible scenario. 14 teams go into the playoffs, and really the only two I would have hated to see, besides the Packers, obviously. So 3 out of the 14 teams I would have hated to see in the Super Bowl, and 2 of them somehow make it in. But thanks for watching this one. I'll be coming out with some Super Bowl content, just to kind of get some predictions in there. And then I'm hoping this off season I can be a little more on top of things. From late May to mid to late August, you won't see me a bit, because I work for a baseball team and that's when the season is. So don't expect anything out of me then, but should be able to get some draft content out of me, some free agency stuff I'm looking forward to doing. And again, apologies for not being on top of the playoffs and everything. Just been crazy few months really in my new place. So thanks so much for watching this one. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the flip side.